Now it's time to walk you through starting the plan on the MyFitLife Planner for your health, nutrition, and fitness. I'm going to open up the elastic band. Remember, these 3 bookmarks are so useful here. So starting your plan is with the MyFitLife wheel. And these are 7 areas that are critically important to your health and fitness: mindset, sleep quality, flexibility, muscle, cardio, stress management, and nutrition. And yesterday's date, I filled this out. And for directions, you're going to refer to page 236 to 241. And I'm going to flip to that page. This is your How to Fit Life wheel. And we're going to find out where you are in each of the 7 areas. And we have a filled out example here. And this is what it should look like when you're done. Might be different levels of shade, but similar to this. And after that, we're going to choose a habit to break or create in the area we score the lowest. And next up, we have our how-to scoring guide. Now I'm going to put my black bookmark here. And each area in this category has a letter and a corresponding scoring guide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with mindset. So there's 0 to 10, and I'm going to read that off, and then I'm going to pretend like I'm filling it out for myself. So 0 to 3, as you can see, is life sucks. If it does, I wish you the best. 3 to 6 is self-talk is generally poor. You know, we're kind of talking about like that fixed mindset. And then 6 to 8 is self-talk is generally good, and that's more of that growth mindset. Then 8 to 10 is life is great. That means growth mindset. That means you feeling fulfilled and happy. And so I'm gonna give myself an 8 here. When you're scoring, I would leave the black bookmark here, and you're gonna flip back to this side. So I'm gonna pretend like I'm filling this out and start from the middle. I'm gonna count up 8 spokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. And I'm gonna draw a line across and then shade it in. And you're going to do that for each category. Again, you're gonna use your black bookmark. You're gonna see where you are in a given category, and then you're gonna flip back, and in a short minute or 2, you're gonna have a holistic look at your health and fitness. So you'll notice mine, I'm pretty even with the exception of sleep quality. I scored myself a 6 out of 10 here. I'm doing videos for the new hardcover version. We had the softcover version before. Like, I'm a founder of a gym, I have employees, I have other stuff. I'm pretty busy. I love my life, but I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm getting about 6 hours of sleep. And so what we're gonna do is, after we fill out the Fit Life wheel, we're gonna use choosing a habit sheet to either break or create a habit. And in step 1, you're gonna list the area you scored the lowest in. Mine was sleep quality. And then step 2, you're gonna choose one habit you wanna either break or create in that selected area. And mine was get 7 hours of sleep. And next up is pretty cool. We're gonna bring that habit science to life. And I wouldn't encourage you to not rely on motivation and willpower. It seems counterintuitive, but I've been coaching about 14 years, owned a gym about 10 years, and what separates people who have long-term results is they rely on the system. Motivation is kind of like the honeymoon phase of a relationship. It's great, but it will not last. So it's time to get committed to your health and fitness. And I'm gonna use the Habit Create worksheet. And it's very important, whenever you're creating a habit, it's not enough just to say, I wanna create a habit. You must be specific. As you recall, a habit has 3 key components: a cue, a routine, and a reward. So I wanna get 7 hours of sleep. I'm gonna fill this out for at least 3 days. And I asked myself certain questions. What time does this habit occur? I filled it in, 10 p.m. Where will I be? My room. Who else will be around? No one right now. What would just have happened? The alarm goes off. And then what action preceded it? I'm gonna do some ritual 10 breaths. And I asked myself, what emotion will I feel or think I feel after I do it? I put relaxed. And you're gonna do this for at least 3 days. We have extra sheets in the back as you can see. And the next question to ask yourself is, what reward will you give yourself at the end of this behavior? And mine is, I get to reward myself with coffee the next day. So again, we have our cue. The routine is getting 7 hours of sleep. And the reward for me is coffee the next day. And it's very important to ask yourself the question, did you enjoy the reward? I put yes, and I put some notes, lots of energy. If you did not enjoy the reward, you're gonna have to keep experimenting, and there's a in-depth how-to guide in the back. And so on the first day, I followed through. I went to sleep. I had 7 hours of sleep. I circled the cues that really worked well. It was 10 p.m. I was in my room. I set the alarm to go to bed, and I took 10 breaths. And tonight, I'm gonna do the same thing. The next day, I'm gonna do the same thing. And once I feel like I don't have to think about it anymore, now I know it's a habit. It may take 1 sheet, it may take 2, 4, 5, 6. And then once you have that filled out, you're gonna fill out your routine, right? So when it's 10 p.m., I will go to sleep, and this provides me with feeling relaxed and lots of energy the next day. It's gonna be different for everyone. The next question is, Chris, what if I wanna break a habit? So again, we always have reference to a how-to guide or an example that's filled out. On the next page, it's a little different when you wanna break a habit. So again, it's not enough to say, I wanna break a habit. You must be very specific. And a habit I wanted to break was relying too much on protein bars. So if you wanna break a habit, you must have a system, and you're gonna ask yourself key questions. Where are you when this urge or habit comes up? What time is it? What emotional state are you in? Who else is around? And what action preceded it? Because if you do this correctly, you're gonna start noticing the same cues or triggers, and it's different for everybody. I wanted to break my protein bar habit, and what I found out is I'm always in a monotone state when I'm not coaching or leading, and I'm always sitting in front of the laptop when I'm doing behind the scenes work. And so I isolated these two cues, monotoned, and I'm sitting in front of the laptop working. So I isolate the triggers. And then next up, I'm gonna ask myself questions like, what craving do I think this habit is satisfying? I thought it was energy at first, and so you're gonna find other ways to meet the same reward. And I wanted to replace what I thought was an energy need with a protein shake. That worked for like a day or two, and then the habit came back. And then I thought it was a change in scenery. Like I needed a change in scenery. So I would, walk around and listen to music, and that helped for like a day or two, then the habit came back. And then I thought it was like, I need to socialize a little bit more during that time. And so I would text friends, but that didn't really work at all either. And then once I combined, energy plus a change in scenery, things started to work. And I had to combine a protein shake, chewing almonds, and walking with music, and then the craving for the protein bars left. So again, it may take 1 sheet, it may take 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month to break a habit. And again, there is guides in the back. So if you're more of a visual learner, we have lots of guides in the back. Right? So how to create a habit? 3 easy steps. It's a flow chart. And again, you're gonna ask these key questions. How to keep a resolution? Same thing, nice flow chart, and you're gonna use the worksheets to bring this to life. And how to break a habit. Again, this is science-based habit looping. This is what neurologically happens in our brains. And once we have a new routine, we're gonna transfer that routine Say for example, this one. It's in bed by 10 p.m. So I'm gonna take this new routine, fill it out at the bottom, but now I'm gonna bring it to my weekly planner. And you'll notice in the habits section, in bed by 10 p.m. I'm gonna take what I put on the weekly planning and I'm gonna bring it to my daily planner, which is I'm committed to in bed by 10:30 or in bed by 10 p.m. as I put today. And that is basically starting your plan and working on getting a holistic approach to your life and then choosing a habit to break or create. And we went over habit experimentation with your worksheets and then adding that to your weekly and daily planning. Very important to, at the end of the week, to do your weekly review and celebrate those small wins and ask yourself what missions were not complete and then what did you learn this week? What can you improve on? Super important, you're going to start recognizing patterns here. That is pretty much it for starting your plan. And again, the other sheet is the first page, how to use your planner. Be sure to check out the website for more videos too as well, and have a fit life.